Yeah, buddy, you already know what it is, man. Old Heads, episode 28, man. We got a big episode today for y'all. If you don't know, I'm your co-host, Omar, a.k.a. O'Milly, a.k.a. Mr. Rello. If you know, you know. And, man, it's Old Heads with Sports Podcast. And, man, we here to bring y'all the sports, man. The great sports, man, from the Old Heads perspective. And, hey, we're going to go ahead and kick it right off and let these brothers introduce themselves. And, man, go ahead and kick the show off.
The boy Chris Bosh, Bills. I said that because of the shirt, you know what I'm saying?
Early,
yeah. Chris Bosh on the shirt.
Yeah, y'all see it, man. Old Heads.
Merch, you know
The Old Heads merch, man. Got them Christmas sweatshirts, man. Check us out, man. DM me.
All day, B.I. Bills, holla.
Yes, sir.
Man, Hendo G, a.k.a. French Loaf out in Philly.
French loaf, not French loaf. Oh, wow.
A.K.A. Aaron Gordon, A.K.A.
Y'all like aliens. We ain't gonna get into that today.
Red Man,
We go down the list. We go down the list.
He say AKA Reggie Noble. Hell no. Hell no.
K-Solo.
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 Oh, man, we'll go there. But anyway, hey, right into it, man. Sports news, man. If you guys don't know, all three of us are Bears fan. He's probably the biggest Bear fan I know. But let's get right into it. Man, Justin Fields, it seems as if he had a separated shoulder and he had some torn ligaments in his non-throwing shoulder. What do you guys think? Do you think he should continue on the rest of the season? They got 6 more games left. Those are against some pretty tough opponents. You got the Jets, Packers, Eagles, the Lions, and the Vikings. It's another team too, Bills, and they also have the Bills as well. Three of those teams are top 10 defenses. What do you guys think? And Philly being number 3 overall, what do you guys think? Who wants to kick off today? Want to kick it off? I know you're a huge Bear fan, man. You think he should keep playing or shut him down for the year? He's shown us enough.
I think he keep playing. I think right now he has to learn everybody's types of defenses. Everybody just doesn't run a certain type of defense. Every team and every opponent you see in the future are going to run a certain type of scheme, and you have to be familiar and you have to play against them to know it. What I will comment on is I was kind of disturbed about some of the play calling after he seemed to appear to already hurt his shoulder, how they kept kind of trying to make him run. The fact that it's his non-throwing shoulder, it just basically means that you have to do a better job of keeping him on his feet. You can't let him get hit. He can still throw. He says he wants to play. I think what it really comes down to is his discretion. The GM part of me would say, sit him down, but the coach part of me would be like, nah, let him play because he still has a lot to learn and he has to see these teams next year in order to be successful. So just let him go up here. If he doesn't look like he's doing good, sit him during the game. But I don't think you want to determine, you don't really mess up his mindset right now, because I seen we kind of did that with Mitch Trubisky. He just got soft in the head. You don't want to let him think like that. You want to let him keep going for it, like he can fight through it. But if he seems like he's struggling, take him out the game then. But let him play the games. Let him suit up. Let him go through the motions of what it's like. If he says he's not ready or can't perform no more or whatever, then bring him back. Or if he takes a big hit, then throw Simeon for a couple plays or a couple set of downs until defense go on and let him sit for a little bit. But play it smart, but still let him play. I don't want to diminish his mindset going forward because he has a very strong mindset, and I don't want to mess that up, i.e. Mr. Trubisky.
I like that. So how you feel about it, yeah?
I want to say, first of all, I don't like the comparison of Mr. Trubisky in any way, shape,
I don't want him to be like that. That's
You
what
know
I'm
what
saying.
I'm
I don't want that to happen
I just
again.
don't like even hearing that name right now. But yeah, and I want to also say that that's actually the right answer. I definitely think that's the right answer. I'm just scared to death, and seeing any sign of light with a decent player, I feel shut him down so he can have a future. I don't want to see the boy get hurt. Next thing you know, he can't play next year, or he's a messed up version of himself going forward in his career or something because of an injury that happened like so early in his career in a meaningless game. It reminded me of like Robert Griffin III, but at least that was a playoff game.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. So it's like I don't want his whole career to be derailed from an injury that he shouldn't even really been playing in the first place. But I don't know.
They shouldn't have been running them type of plays with him. He was clearly hurt, and then you run a design draw play with him to go to the sideline to where he has to land on the shoulder again. Like, that didn't make sense. It should have been nothing but run plays from there on. Once you've seen your quarterback wincing like that, so going forward, I think that's what they do. They keep with the pressure of the run game because we're like the number one run team. We stay with the pressure with that, but we pull back on some of the Justin Field runs and just let our running backs really, give them a big day. Because I don't think this is a season-ending injury, but it's something that could linger around. But like I said, it's not a big concern because it's a non-throwing arm, and it's not like it's a knee or a foot or something like that, which I would have more concern about because of how he performs. He has to take off and he needs his feet.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know. I think if it was me personally, I would say shut him down. I think we've seen. I can't think of another franchise outside of maybe the Texans who has never really had a franchise quarterback in the past, I would say, 30 to 40 years. And I feel like we finally have a franchise quarterback. Those 6 teams that we're going to play against, say 3 of them, really get after the quarterback, especially when you talk about the Jets and Quinn Williams. And I would just hate to see something like because we're not going to make it to the playoffs, and y'all already know my motto. I want us to improve and lose. So I'm totally okay with getting some of these other guys some reps. Let Justin get in there. I think we've also seen times where quarterbacks can improve being on the sideline. You know what I'm saying? Where they're actually seeing things from the sideline and seeing things from a different perspective. Because we already know what he can do with his feet. He's already number 5 in the league in rushing as a quarterback. So I feel like everything from him from now on up is from the neck up. It's all cerebral. We know what he can do with his physical ability. But that's why I say, if it was a softer schedule, which I don't want to disrespect any NFL team and say any NFL defense is soft, but if we were going up against, a softer schedule, I would say, maybe chance it, but seeing that the season's pretty much over, I would say sit him the rest of the way. Because worst come to worst, say right now he's questionable. So you say he missed this game, but you bring him back for 5 more games, and then one of those is against Buffalo. Granted Von Miller, we don't know if he'll be back, but still, I would just hate to see something like that. Chicago don't need another Derrick Rose incident.
I'm trying to tell you.
We just don't need it. Granted, that was a playoff game as well, but that was a game that was already ran. Already won.
Yeah, we actually won that game.
That game. Yeah, we was winning that game. So I would just hate to see that kid has a bright future, man. I would just hate to see something happen to him like that, But we'll see, man. We will see. But moving right along, Anthony Davis. How do y'all feel about that, man? It seems as if he's been putting up some big numbers here. 35.5, 18.3 rebounds, 2.3 steals, and 2.5 blocks, while leading the Lakers to a 3-1 record. When LeBron wasn't in there. Right now, granted, those weren't against great teams. It was against the Nets, the Pistons, and the Spurs. And the one loss they did have was against Phoenix, actually, and they lost by 10. So how do you guys feel about the Lakers? Do y'all feel like Anthony Davis, and if he can keep this up, that they're serious title contenders when LeBron comes back? Which, granted, LeBron did come back that one game, and they did win against Spurs. They beat the Spurs, actually. Yeah, they beat the Spurs.
I feel like they're playing them a lot.
Yeah, they play them tonight. They play them tonight.
Yeah,
they play them tonight, yeah. Yeah, they play them tonight.
Man, I'm going to tell you why this team is a problem. It's still the matchups. When they come down to the playoffs, man, like, if you can give it to a guy and give it to him in the post, Russell Westbrook against Joe Gardner or something, or AD, whenever you can do things like that against people and just break, I'm talking about not game 1, 2, 3, when the strategies and whatever that you're not even used to seeing this team yet. I'm talking about game 7 playoffs, when you know what this coach is calling, when you know what these players' tendencies are. Game 7 type shit. The problem is when guys are just better than you. Russell Westbrook is better in the post than like even a Chris Paul. I don't think Chris Paul can guard him in the post. And I still think Phoenix is a better team and will beat the Lakers in the postseason. But that's just an example. AD can beat guys in the post. You know, and that connection that they got right now with those little alley-oops is getting serious, man.
They can go to.
It's getting serious. The second they pull Russ, and I was saying this from the beginning, if you gave Russ the
I don't know
bench,
how he seems so slow when he go up and grab it though.
It's the momentum, I guess. He got Paul Pierce.
You know what I'm saying? Just
Yeah,
seems so
that's how
like,
Paul Pierce
like you
is.
don't see that. You don't see that.
man, I feel like he getting to the space where they can't get it.
Yeah, I mean,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
So, like,
Cause they do it
the pass
over
they
and
catch.
over. And I'm like, wow, y'all don't see that, bro. But yeah, that's crazy, bro.
Yeah, they can be. I just know that if you think you want, like those front running teams, you know how every year there's gonna be a team that win 50-something games,
Right.
and you ain't even used to seeing them winning 50-something games.
Right.
Those teams need to be careful because that high seed you got probably ain't gonna mean too much. It's a lot of teams that starting off slow. Golden State is starting off slow.
That's true.
You don't want to meet them dudes in the playoff.
No, sir.
You don't want to see them.
Clay
I
starting
promise
to play
you, you
well,
don't want
too.
to see them, dog.
And Clay starting to play well too.
I'm trying to tell you, you don't want these problems, man. You know what I'm saying? So I just beware. Whoever's in that top 4, I know Phoenix is up there and they solid. But like those Utah teams or whatever, hey, look, man, it can get real ugly for you that first round in the playoff. Because some of those teams is down there probably gonna get to gelling by the middle of the season. You know what I'm saying? End of the season. And what the Lakers are doing right now, they playing with a little bit more pace. Yeah, if they can figure out how to maximize what they got, I feel like what they got right now is actually good enough to win a championship.
Oh wow.
To be very honest, if they can,
Wow.
I mean, it takes a lot to be in sync the way that I'm envisioning it could be because they're nowhere near that point right now. You know what I'm saying? Like they just not together like that. They ain't in sync with each other like a Boston Celtics team or Golden State team. They don't have that type of whatever you call the word. I can't think of it right now. But like, yeah, the chemistry. You know what I'm saying? But what they do right now is good enough to at least give problems to more than half of the league. In the last 2 weeks, these dudes went from probably ranked in the league, in my opinion, bottom half of the league to top half of the league. I ain't gonna get into specific numbers, but they definitely moved up. You can see how much better they got already. And there's other teams, you know, Brooklyn, do need to figure that out too. You know what I'm saying? They got the players, but these old dudes,
That's crazy.
I related it the other day to these old dudes, just like LeBron James, Steph Curry. I hate to lump them in there with the old dudes, but these are guys who have won already. You got young dudes that's hungry out here. You know, the old guys who haven't won, James Harden, all these old guys, you know, they remind me of dudes getting out of jail, coming back to the block thinking that they finna run some shit. These new dudes are out here.
Wow.
These new dudes are out here, bro. It's not your block no more.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Like, it's you gotta watch out, man. These new dudes hungry.
Yeah.
They hungry.
Even Dallas.
You know what I'm saying? For real.
Yeah.
Dallas is actually an insane team.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Ja, that guy's coming. You know what I'm saying? And really, all of these young teams, man, these old heads, man, you can see it. They slowing down. They not as fast. They ain't beating nobody up the floor.
Facts.
You know, and when you ain't got that type of pace, then you got to play in a set offense. Now these plays got to work.
This the first year I feel like I've seen LeBron show his age. In my opinion, I feel like this is really the first year where I looking at him. It's like, how LeBron look human. You know what I'm saying? Like he don't look like. Now, granted, we also got to keep in mind LeBron coached through the regular season.
He don't look human to me still.
I mean, he's still LeBron. I mean, he's still LeBron, but he don't look. He's not the same as well. He reminds me a lot of Aaron Rodgers, where he can be LeBron James, maybe 25% of the game. I feel like he does it in spurts. Where I feel like now he kind of coasts. He's not that LeBron where he's good enough where you can just put any 4 people on the floor with him and they're championship contenders. Those days are gone. Just like
Days were never here.
I
Those days
don't
were never here.
I don't know.
You put him on a team with those all-stars, but you did. We had this conversation a lot of times. Kobe was playing with Smush Parker. Now, if LeBron James could have led Smush Parker them to the finals, then okay. But you can't just say he just won with just anybody. That's very disrespectful to Danielle Marshall. I'm just saying.
Wow.
Danielle might be somewhere on this table, actually. Shout out to Danielle Marshall. He playing. I actually like Danielle Marshall. Number 4 draft pick out of UConn. He was a dog. He was a dog in college. Very good journeyman too in the NBA, man. But yeah, he definitely did leave Danielle Marshall.
Yeah, man.
Can't forget about Donnie Marshall too out of UConn.
Donnie, yeah. Donnie didn't even make it to the league though, did he?
Maybe G League, maybe he might have made it. I think he might have made it, maybe.
He on the same team overseas with Blake Griffin, other brother over there.
And
the other O'Bannon.
Charles.
All 3 of the dudes on the same team.
Charles O'Bannon. Ed was nice.
It was.
Ed was nice. I think I played a year too at UCLA. Those were some good teams, man. If y'all don't, man, shout out, man, college basketball. If y'all don't know about Ed O'Bannon, man, check him out. Him, Charles O'Bannon. Toby Bailey was on that team.
Yeah.
That was a good squad, man. They had a real good squad. I think Cameron Dollar might have came. Man. He said, hey, I fuck with college ball, man. But how you feel about the Lakers, man? You think the championship possibly if they keep this up?
No, them niggas is in trouble. Every year, we talk about AD doing his thing. AD is doing exactly what he's supposed to be doing and what the Lakers signed him for. This is nothing. This is not big news to me. He doing exactly what he's supposed to be doing at his size, at his age, at his position, with his school, with his skill talent. He doing exactly what he's supposed to be doing. The problem is, how are we going to get LeBron back working with him while keeping him consistent with that while getting others to play better? That's the problem. And now, AD always going to do him. He's always going to get his consistent when healthy. His biggest downfall is he can't stay healthy. Always. He can do this all the time. Hell, he can do like this in the playoffs. He just can't stay healthy in the playoffs. I don't wish down on it, but I wouldn't be shocked to see and like a little bit in December, after December, going in January, maybe even February, dog gonna twist his ankle and be out for 6 to 8 weeks. I'm just saying, this is what his body is like. I'm sorry, I don't wish it upon him, but I wouldn't be shocked. Now, getting LeBron back is gonna be great because that takes the pressure off him. But I think sometimes you just gotta feed AD, but then it gets to that point where you're feeding him too much, and now you're breaking the horse's back. So LeBron has to come in and really put on a very 20-10 like year for them to be successful.
Well, Russ
Russ has to just appear. He just has to be there and just not turn over the ball and just make consistent passing options. As far as the scoring and attacking, he needs to pull that back some and just work on being a star facilitator. Take pride in being a star facilitator and a star defender. How about that? They don't need him to score though. That's the whole thing. In his mind, I need to score. On the team, they like, we don't need him to score. We don't need him. That Laker team does not have to win with him having any points. Put it like that. He could have no points, and that Laker team will still be successful as long as he can shut down the person in front of him and limit him to under 10 points, and as long as he has about over 5 assists and probably has some steals in there. He don't need him. He'll probably make something at the free throw line where he's consistent at. But he don't really need to score. If he can learn how to play a role, they'll be good. But I doubt that's happening. And I doubt that's going to happen before they can reach the playoffs. They will reach the playoffs, but they're not going to do shit in the playoffs. They might actually have to be in the play-in thing again because that's where I kind of see them coming in.
I hope you are wrong so bad. Because there is no way in the world. Imagine anybody, Russ, the coach, anybody want to tell Russ, hey man, it's okay if you score 0 points tonight. Just play this defense and distribute the ball, no turn up. Russ is gonna give you that look.
But Russ, he can always look like that.
That's the look.
And that's the same look we had when we look at his stats and wonder why he ain't got a ring.
Yeah.
That's the same look I get him. Like you was leading the league in triple doubles and you ain't got a ring. So you play next to KD. You play next to KD and all these superstars and you ain't got a ring.
Yeah. They supposed to have a ring.
Oh shit!
I'm just saying, learn your role. They don't need him to be a prolific scorer. More or less, what I'm saying. They'll still win. They just need him to be a great defender, which he can be when he really wants to, and a great facilitator. He does a great job of drawing attention. Therefore, he can get people open with his eyes. Yeah. So just learn how to feed your big man. come down, bring the ball, man, CAD open, get it to him quicker. Let him get to a spot. It doesn't always have to be him. See, the only thing about Russ is he's so used to being an alpha male on every team he's at. He can never play that beta role. Never.
That's who he
Well,
is.
that's not even necessarily a beta.
No,
I'm not sure if it's a bad thing.
it's not. But when you don't have success at doing it the long way, then it is. Because now you just need it back. Because I look at all the other players that kind of bit their pride back a little bit, have rings. Iguodala, he was a prolific starter, was a starter his whole career. When they was like, look, we need you to play on that second team and kind of help out Sean Livingston and the rest of these guys get their shit together and be successful for us, what was he doing?
That's a fact.
Bit it back and went back. When Carmelo finally was like, you know what? I'll come off the bench. Then he got a job at Portland. But when he was like, no, I'm a starter still, he was still at home playing video games.
Glenn Rice.
When you learn how to take them certain roles, you become a better leader. That's what I want Russ to do. Russ has all the talent,
I feel
potential in the world. He just needs to be a better leader.
back. He's coming off the bench. He's
Now.
now productive coming off the bench.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like the more leaders in the locker room, the better the locker room.
But I don't know if that's going to be
opinion.
enough, is what I'm saying. When you have to run into a Nugget team, you got to run back into that Suns team, you're going to have a problem because you guys have great talent, but it's just like in the starters.
Yeah.
And then you got Russ coming off the bench. Like, you really can't
Russ
sustain
can
that.
run with anybody.
He can, and that's what I like about him.
Yeah.
He can, but that doesn't make that bench successful. That's what I'm saying.
I feel like that bench can be okay with him. I feel like
I think they just need a couple more pieces. They need a couple more pieces.
What I was saying since the beginning of the year, since the off season, that need to be his bench. He need to be
Right.
sixth man of the year every year. He's
Take
there.
pride in that shit.
You know what I'm saying? If you going out to be sixth man of the year, you got all the other accolades except a championship and six man.
Right?
You did MVP, scoring, champ, all that shit.
If I'm the Lakers, for one, yeah, I think they can make it to maybe not the finals.
They play off bound.
But I think if Anthony Davis can keep this up, LeBron, we pretty much know how he's gonna play, and Russ continue doing what he's doing. I think they can definitely end up being maybe a 4 or 5 seed in the West, and then maybe make it to the second round, something like that. I don't see this team being
Yeah, that's what I give him second.
a championship
I don't
team
wanna see.
per se. But if I'm the Lakers,
Shit,
I would
know
trade.
I don't know who they're beating to get there. Like, they're not going through the Mavericks. They're not going through the Nuggets. They're not going through the Suns. They're
Utah.
Portland. It can be a Portland
They
team.
can be-
you guys wouldn't
I feel
know.
like they actually
Oh
could
my
beat
God.
Dallas.
I could definitely see them beating Dallas because
I
Dallas
see
don't,
them
they don't
beating
have anybody that can handle AD.
Nope.
Shit. Man, I'm
nobody
just
can
saying. I don't know, man. 'Cause I don't know if
LeBron.
they can stop Luka. Who gonna stop
Who gonna
Luka?
stop LeBron?
Who gonna guard? Who could gonna guard?
Yeah, Luka can't guard nobody. Who gonna stop LeBron?
Who gonna stop Luka? He gonna be going right back at it. They gonna be tight. They can cancel each other out.
Luka only one person.
Yeah.
They not worried about Dorian Finney-Green. No disrespect,
No disrespect.
but I mean, but he's a terrific role player. You know what I'm saying? I mean, but like I said, if I'm the Lakers personally, you have to pull that trigger and get Miles Turner and. But
They got to do something. They got to get some more depth.
I would
They just
trade-
got to get a little bit more depth.
Is
They
that
wanna
still
make
an
a run.
option? Is
I
that
would
still an
hope
option?
so.
Buddy Hield and Dog, man.
Yeah, they
Come
were
on.
just talking about somebody getting them, but
What's the debate about?
that's I think it was about that first round pick they're trying to hold on to, but that's if I'm the Lakers, I would give up Westbrook, and I would try to get Buddy Hield
Over
and
Patrick, though? I don't know if I'm giving up Russ over Patrick though. I'd let Patrick go before Russ, but
definitely
Russ will
would
get the
give
more
up
trade
oh,
value.
Patrick Beverly.
Hell yeah.
I would.
No.
They would take that.
No, but I mean, Russ has the bigger trade value.
Right.
But I'm still like, man. So what about Pat though?
You know what I'm saying? Straight up. I
Pat in the
would
pick.
definitely-
Pat in the pick.
I would definitely give up
Pat in the pick.
Bev.
Oh, okay.
I
We just
would-
asked.
I would definitely leave Pat Bev there because just for the locker room. He is a tough guy.
Yeah, I don't mind that.
I would leave Pat Bev there because the Lakers need that.
But I wouldn't
because
trade
because
Russ,
for
though.
one, because LeBron ain't like Mike in that sense or like Kobe. So you kind of need like an asshole.
So you need the
AD.
littlest nigga on your team to be the asshole. Nobody else step up in
Hey.
this. These niggas had
Hey.
Charles Oakley.
Hey, so you
Big Nick, you know,
Bro,
big
hard.
guys and shit to look up to
Bro,
and
Rick
shit. You know,
Mahorn.
right? You know what I'm saying?
Bro, you saw Isaiah Thomas swing on Rick Mahorn. The look,
He kept swinging. He wasn't even
like
he
the
was
look,
trying to reach
like
him.
that shit.
Oh yeah, Pat bogus for pushing Buddy in the back too. It wasn't that serious, Pat. You ain't had to put that. Caught that little 3-game suspension. You ain't to push Buddy like that.
He's
in that
a
back,
serial
man.
back pusher. He pushed Chris Paul.
On my
back,
soul.
man.
No, he walked by him. He whispered, "Yeah, he's a serial back pusher."
Yeah,
You ain't
he's a serial.
never. Hey, what did Booker say? Push somebody in their chest one time. I think somebody Booker was saying to push him in the chest.
Pushing him in their back or some shit.
Yeah, something like that. But if I'm the Lakers, that's what I would do, and I would personally see if I could bring in Derrick Rose to run that second unit.
How many point guards you want on
That's
that
what I would
team?
Get rid of Westbrook.
Yeah, if I could get rid of Westbrook, I think Derrick Rose would be perfect. Somebody to run that second unit, somebody that can pass. Somebody
He's
that
actually
still-
played with LeBron
Still
too.
can score. He played with LeBron in Cleveland, so I would love to see D Rose get a ring. But so I mean, I don't think any of us think the Lakers will win a championship, but we all say what, playoffs?
Playoff bound. I can't
Playoff
see it
bound.
going to the finals with them.
Second round? First round?
First round.
Deep first round.
Game 6. Game 6.
Okay, I'll take that.
I'll take a game 6, man. It all depends. You know, they might be able to slide with some of the young, like a young experienced team like Utah. You know, somebody with pieces who ain't been that far like that before. They might be able to swing on something like that. But if they got to run to they got to run to that Nugget team. They gonna be hurt. I still think it's gonna be a rundown. They got to run to like the Grizzlies, or the Mavericks. It's gonna be a rundown. To be honest with you, I don't count them out.
All about the bad, but I think the Grizzlies could definitely be a problem. You say second round too?
Man, I say, well, health permitting.
Health
permit. Yeah, everything's based on health.
Everybody healthy. I see they ceiling being in the third round.
Third round.
Yeah.
So you can see them making it to the conference finals.
I mean, best case scenario, that's they ceiling. Worst case scenario, them motherfuckers don't make the play in. I mean, it could be that bad. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just saying, with everybody there healthy,
he fight for the play-ins.
with everybody there healthy, them motherfuckers might still squeeze into the motherfucking playoff and be out in the first round.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The West is that deep. They started off losing too many games already. Like when you do the math on shit like this, you know how many winning streaks you got to go on in the season when you start off slow like this? Like they majorly behind already.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? To just be getting it good. So, shit, I don't know, man. All I want to see is the best basketball possible. So, I ain't going to be surprised when the motherfuckers walk into Dallas and beat them with some shit in the first or second round. I feel like that's the ceiling of the teams that they can beat. To me, Dallas is at the bottom of the top tier teams in the West. You know what I'm saying? The top tier teams to me is really Phoenix. Really Phoenix. Memphis is up there. Golden State is up there, of course. You know what I'm saying? But Dallas to me is around, I guess they fourth. But Utah got the better record. But Utah is flimsy. That shit ain't going to hold up in the playoff, I don't think. I mean, I'm going to have to see. They look good now, but...
How long they been doing the play-ins? The play-ins been for 2 years? 2 or 3 years? 2 years? This is
the third year.
Third year. This will be the third year. And both those ones, the Lakers was in both of them. I don't see them doing much better than that. And they had the same damn team. Hypothetically, they had the same kind of version of the team. You know what I'm saying? Not with the same exact pieces.
Is better. This team for the last 2 weeks. This last week of this team playing, the one game LeBron came back the other night against the Spurs. If they can play like that, that team that I've seen is better than they've been the last 2 years.
This team
Easily.
is nowhere near better than the version of Rondo them being on the Laker team, because Rondo was an on-floor playmaker, and that was the best Laker team because they had on-floor playmakers who could look away from the bench and run it right here and get it going on the fly. That Laker team has never been better since Rondo left. And I hate to say it like that, but that's the type of person they need to be more successful. They can get one of those 3 guys that do that, then they'll win.
I think Russ can do a little bit of that with that second unit. I think if you just give him the ball, it can look like the old OKC. I feel like he's going to take the ball off the
old Wizard
glass,
team.
Run up the...
That old Wizard team he played for. Who was on that Wizard team?
No, that was Brad Beal. It ain't no Brad Beal's on the bench of the Lakers.
No,
it's all, no offense, but it's all guys who will go, they play their role and then Russ can find him, whether it's at the 3-point line or when you go for a layup, somebody come over here, get it right to him for a dunk. Russ can do that. Russ, I've seen it.
But that's what I
just seen
said.
it.
He has to take pride in wanting to do it, be a
And I feel like
playmaker.
he see that. I seen this nigga have like 18, like near triple doubles like this past week, where it was only like 18 points or some shit. But like you can see that it seemed to me that it like, okay, maybe he is taking this seriously. Maybe he see this as his role. Because if he do, man, the rest of the league better watch out.
Right.
Because that's major production off this bench. He can run a bench like it's a starting unit with him in there, and you know he want to run. It'd be different if like he was old and tired and can't run no more. This little dude still want to run all over this motherfucking flow. You know what I'm saying? Man, look, get that dude with the ball. I'm telling you, it's gonna be close to. He's gonna average close to a triple double coming off the bench, 6th man of the year, and they can win that way.
If he takes that role serious. And I can't see him. I don't know, man. Russ is a wild card. That's all I'm saying.
Like,
He's a wild card.
Seem like he has. Seem like Darvingham has done a good job of getting
He's
him,
also
getting
a
him
vital
to
piece.
get him to buy into that. So I don't know, man. One person that doesn't seem to be getting bought into is Zach Wilson of the Jets. Quick rundown: if you guys don't know, Zach Wilson was currently a first-round pick of the Jets. Did he go number 2 overall? I think he was number 2 overall pick of the Jets. Right now, he's 31st in attempts. He's 32nd in passing yards. He's tied for 35th in passing touchdowns, right behind Michon and Mitrell. And he's tied for 22nd in interceptions. I out there. So how do you guys feel about that, man? Do you feel like they did the right thing? I love Robert Saleh, Jets head coach. Think he did the right thing, pulling Zach Wilson, or how y'all feel about that being such a high draft pick?
I got a question. What was that comment he made after that
That's
game?
an inside joke, man.
What was that what I say? What did he say?
You thought they actually let the defense down?
Yeah. Look,
Yeah.
He said no or some shit.
Yeah, he
right?
said no. He said no. I
Yeah.
think he had. Did he even have 100 yards passing? I don't think the young man had 100 yards passing.
Yeah, it was trash.
I mean, rumor has it he came for money, and you have a lot of people who say that he's kind of a snot nosed kind of kid that kind of.
I heard that.
They kind of feel like he's better than what he is, a la Baker Mayfield or actually
Johnny
Baker's not
Manziel.
terrible. Johnny Manziel.
He was the biggest eagle I had ever seen. He came out talking money.
Yeah, and he came
And he
for
threw
money
for 4
too.
touchdowns.
He came for money too. And
Yeah.
that was in the Barrel Inn League. Actually,
I'm sure the fuck it was.
Yeah, it was. But yeah, that's actually a lot of people comparing him to is Johnny, because Johnny, I think he came from oil money.
Yep.
If I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
A lot
His
of
parents were rich. He was a big man on campus.
Yep,
He was
yep.
quarterback. He played for the attention. Then he got into the league and just was ass cheeks.
Just wasn't
Yeah.
good.
He
And
said
then he tried to revamp his career. He got looked at by another team and was continuing to be ass cheeks. And now he is in CTFL, throwing the ball to.
He said.
No, he's throwing Ocho. Him and Chad also was on the team. I think he was throwing it to him.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I can't remember if it was the indoor league or the CTFL. I can't remember which one, but yeah. Shout out to Living Your Dream Forever, Ocho.
Ocho, that's impressive for Ocho. Johnny is way younger, so that's like really weird.
This nigga's.
Hey man, do what you gotta do, man. Make a buck, I guess.
But in comparison to what's going in, you have to do that. Save that man's career from doing it. Maybe it was the system wasn't working for him. Doesn't mean he's a shitty quarterback. Doesn't mean he didn't work for the Jets. But now it kind of puts the Jets in a very precarious situation, because now who are they going to find to do the job and stay good? So
Flacco.
I mean he's
played better.
He's a very serviceable quarterback. And don't get it wrong, but at the end of the day, this is Joe Flacco, and he will do what Joe Flacco always does. He's just
Win championships?
He is. No, he's just championship. They won it because they had one of the best defenses ever known to man, with Ray Lewis and Cycle and Reed out there. Man, anyways, we ain't gonna get into that, but say that man career, maybe it'll work out better. Like I said, Flacco is very serviceable. He can get the job done now, but I'm very sure that's going to be a short-term plan because he's very up in age, and he's after he lets the Jets down in the playoffs, they're going to probably be looking for it. So, what do you do? But this, I'm not going to lie though. This, if I'm Zach, man, my confidence is busted right now. Yeah, because I've seen a lot shittier quarterbacks in the league than me, and they still playing, and they still got a gig. But I'm out here just like
Who's worse than Zach Wilson?
Baker Mayfield.
No, I would take Baker over Zach Wilson any day. I would take Baker Mayfield over Zach Wilson.
He can't hit the open receiver neither, though. That's the whole thing. They the same person. They literally the same person. They made a whole highlight. Dog's dad made a highlight of how his son was open in the NFL on every play. And they made a highlight reel. Well, he can't hit the open man. So they're the same dude. Shit, if you let him go, you picking up the same motherfucker. I'm just saying, I get comparison. So, yeah, you got to do it. Pay that man his money. Maybe he need to really just, watch the game tape some more. Maybe, like you said, working from the sideline a little bit, because sometimes I've seen players go to the sideline and become a better quarterback in general. Or, hey, maybe you're not even, take the Brian Leftwich job. Maybe you're not a good quarterback. Maybe you're a quarterback coach. And maybe take pride in that. Maybe you just find your lane in that. Because that's what Brian Leftwich did. He out there coaching up Tom Brady, and they out there doing their thing.
But Leftwich was injured. It had nothing to do with his talent.
True. I'm just saying. Hey.
The other guy from Wichita would be a better example. Offensive coordinator for the Cowboys. I can't think of his name. You know what I'm talking about? Offensive coordinator for Cowboys.
Was it not the redhead dude?
Yeah, because he actually was a quarterback of Boise State. I used to watch him play.
Not the redhead.
Kellen.
Kellen Moore.
Nah, it's not Kellen. Is that his name? Offensive. Anyway, the offensive Cowboys offensive coordinator, who kind of reminds me of. But I think Zach Wilson, big arm, but it just seems those type of kids don't seem to pan out. Another kid I can think of the name of remember Drew Rosen.
Yeah.
Out of UCLA.
Yep.
Another kid that came from money, quarterback.
Couch.
Kind of a snot nose and.
Couch was another big one.
No.
He said it's not though.
Yeah. Kind of. Kind of a punk.
He's up in it, man. He had an ego to him. He had a bit of an ego to him. You know how it is. He had a chip on his shoulder. That's what they were saying in the locker room.
Yeah. And like I said, a lot of it is false bravado. I feel like, I think Zach Wilson. I personally think he'll be a backup somewhere. I think he'll eventually get another chance because he was a second overall pick. But I think they're doing the right thing. I think that Jets defense, that's a Super Bowl defense.
Yeah.
They from a defensive standpoint, they can win a Super Bowl with that defense. But you have to be able to score more than 14 points in an NFL game. And right now, Zach Wilson isn't getting the job done. So, I have no issues with that. But, man, staying kind of with the AFC, man, excuse me, today we're going to be picking, y'all let us know too out there, man, we're going to be picking our top 5 offensive players in the AFC, regardless of position. If you think it's the top 5 players are 5 tight ends, you think they're 5 running backs, you think they're possibly 5 quarterbacks. But we want you guys out there to let us know your top 5 best offensive players in the AFC. Who wants to kick it off, man?
I'm gonna sit back and watch y'all take my players.
Oh, I doubt it.
I bet sure y'all gonna take some of these motherfuckers.
I'm sure I got 3 in there.
I doubt it. Who you want to kick it off?
I go.
Okay.
First off, man, Patty Mahomes. He got to be very up there on the list. He is just a dog at everything he does. He always stays in the playoffs. Might not win the Super Bowl, but damn near he fighting to get there every year, and shit fighting to stay in it. And he's just a dog. Then I'm gonna piggyback down to the same team, Travis Kelce. Travis Kelce is, I think he's probably going to be one of the best tight ends ever when he's done as far as like touchdowns. He's going to be up there on that list. Coming in number 3, Hill. If you don't have Tyreek Hill on any list when it's the top things, you cheating yourself and you lying to the people. Because he's a dog. Coming in at number 4, Devontae Adams. Devontae Adams is still one of the top premier receivers wherever he goes. Wherever he goes.
Wow.
He's up there.
That's big, bro.
He's up there.
That's big.
And then number 5, and I feel like this has to be a shoe-in at any of it, Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry, he there's no specific place on that list, but damn near if he not number 1. Because unless you playing 8 in, 8 in the box, you can't stop him. And it ain't gonna just usually take one person to stop him. You usually need like 3 to the ball, 4 to the ball. Your corners and your linebackers ain't gonna be just hitting buddy like that and taking him down. He's shedding that. He running through your linemen. He muffing your free safeties. Then he doing a little dance and he running his big thick ass back to the sidelines with ease like he do all the time. And I promise you, if the Tennessee Titans had any other quarterback other than Tannehill, they'd have a ring too.
Man,
That's my list.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
I went a little different direction, man. At first, I went with guard Quinn Nelson.
He's a dog.
Quinn Nelson out of Colts.
Okay.
Yeah, I had a lot of people I know like, man, why would you take an offensive lineman?
Because he's one of the best.
But I feel like he's since day one, he's a Hall of Famer. And you can't say that about a lot of players.
Okay.
Jonathan Ogden, day one, Hall of Famer. Orlando Pace, day one, plug and play, Hall of Famer.
Oh yeah.
Quinn Nelson, Hall of Famer. I mean, I think you give him another 4 years and he's or you give him the yellow jacket. He absolutely solidifies that offensive line. So yeah, I got him up there. I think he could change our offensive line. Number 2. This isn't any order. It's just my top 5. Tyreek Hill. He's second in the league in receptions at 81. He's also second in yards at 1,148. Cheetah. Absolute. When it comes to speed, like an absolute freak. You see most of those guys who are fast like that are small. He's compact, almost like a muscle car almost. You know, this small, compact, is powerful. And most of those guys are like, you don't see them like that. They're more small. Denard Robinson from the Michigan Wolverines. He was a quarterback, but he was small, and I remember him being fast.
Shoestring,
Yep. And but yeah, Tyreek Hill he's actually putting together a Hall of Fame career
you're
right
around
now.
that Sproles.
Derek, yeah.
And like, you know what I'm saying, but faster.
Yeah, definitely.
But just a short, stalkier dude with speed. You know?
Yeah.
You know what he reminds me of? Steve Smith.
Mm.
Steve Smith. About the same height, similar type of speed. Strong as shit. The only thing is, I feel like Steve Smith ran immaculate routes. Where Tyreek, he's just fast as fuck.
I don't think that toughness is there like Steve though.
No, that's you can't teach that. That's a little different. But
when I think of Steve though.
But they're similar to a certain degree. But yeah, they yeah.
And Steve wasn't that speedster like
He
that.
no, but he ran great routes. But they just how they
I think he said from a physical standpoint.
Right.
how they're able
From
to
the
get
stature,
open.
from
Yeah,
the
how they're
stature.
able to
Right.
separate from the defender. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it is about speed, but you know what I'm saying? It could be a good route too. But I've seen this man outrun, split the safety and the free safety. Do you know how hard it is to run through both that and just split both that? That you've defeated the defense. Then there is nobody back there. Everything's blown. Everything's blown, man. Game over. Like, that's, yeah, so that's tough.
Motherfucker shoot.
Number 3, I had to go with Lamar Jackson, man.
Oh yeah.
Even though
that's
he's
good.
having a down year, he's ninth in pass touchdown. He's actually 22nd in passing yards, only 1,977. But Lamar Jackson, I think, is one of the few players in history that can win a game strictly off his legs from the quarterback position. Only other person I can think of is maybe Randall Cunningham, but Lamar Jackson, Vic too. But if you Michael Vick,
Russell Wilson in the same thing.
Yeah, Russ, but yeah. You know, you
Clutch
right.
time, I gotta
No,
give
you
it
right.
to him. He made a lot of big runs.
You right.
That's
You
true.
right.
That's true. But
Cordell Stewart.
Well, he was a running quarterback.
You
Slash.
Yep. Oh, Slash.
Was the best.
You don't get a nickname named Slash and you ain't get no yards on the ground,
He
man.
was cold in Colorado.
Yeah.
He got
Cold in Pittsburgh for a little bit.
He looked
he
just
was
like
out.
King Cooper, son.
The Bears got him shit. He wasn't that cold no more.
Nah, he wasn't really cold like that.
Nah, he was Slash. He was about the time we got him. He was just like. Yeah, Lamar Jackson, man. I think that offense, it doesn't run without Lamar Jackson. And for them to be good year in and year out, that dude is an absolute stud, man. I love Lamar Jackson. Pay Lamar Jackson, man. Play that man. Derrick Henry, man. Number 1 in carries, first in yards. Right now he's 10th and 3rd in touchdown, rushing touchdowns with 10. Derrick Henry is the last player since Adrian Peterson that can be the main focus as a running back for a team and they actually win. When you think about it, there's Minnesota team. They didn't have a whole lot of great wide receivers, but they had AP, and he was their main focus, and they win. And Derrick Henry is that same type of running back to where they have wide receivers on. They have some talent on wide receiver, but their main focus is running the ball, and he does that and actually wins. So when you talk about offensive players, I had to put Derrick Henry up there. Little known fact, when I was actually doing my research, already has more touchdowns than Hall of Famer Terrell Davis. So
I mean, Derrick Henry is what?
No, I was granted Terrell Davis didn't play terribly a long time, but like just keep that in mind how good Derrick Henry is.
But yeah, man, that dude's an obvious pick. Derrick Henry is obviously the number 1 guy.
Yeah.
Which means, of course, I forgot about him, so he didn't even make my list, man.
Oh,
So
I
guess
had
that's
one more. I had one more.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, I got one
That's
more.
fine.
No, I did. I had Nelson, Hill, Lamar, Henry. That's 4.
Okay.
And one more. Josh Allen. I had to go with Josh Allen. Josh Allen. Right now he's 3,183 passing yards. It does lead the league in interceptions with 11, so that's not great. That's second actually in the league in passing yards, and he's second in the league in passing touchdowns at 23. Josh Allen basically does what Lamar Jackson does, but I feel like he has a better arm. And I will have to
receivers.
And that's another thing I will have to say. I will have to say he does have a better team around him. But yeah, I had to go with Josh Allen. He does things that I haven't seen a quarterback do at his size. Even as good as Cam was, I feel like Allen might be a little faster than Cam, in my opinion. And I feel like he's a better thrower of the ball than Cam. Well, they're neck and neck. I'd say where Cam was MVP year, Josh is already there in his career. So, yeah, I went with Josh Allen. I didn't want to go Patrick Mahomes because I feel like we already know who. I feel like that's like an obvious answer. That's like if somebody say like, well, who, you know what I'm saying, who's one of the top 5 players in the East? Like you got to put Giannis in there. So it's just kind of like one of them things where I didn't want to, like, I feel like we all know Patrick Mahomes. I want to show some other brothers some love. So, yeah, so that's my top 5. I feel like Patty Mahomes, that's already happening.
I feel like being a joker. As I always British lady telling he's a joker. Of course, Patrick Mahomes.
Okay,
I'm definitely of course Patrick Mahomes.
okay.
But I actually went Josh Allen too, though. I went both of them though, man, because when you're a quarterback,
You're not wrong.
you just got so much to do with every day.
You run the team. You run the
You
team.
know what I'm saying? So like, to both of them to be good like that, I had to put both of them in the list. Lamar Jackson, you already know. Tyreek Hill, you already know. But then I said Nick Chubb.
Ooh.
I like Nick Chubb a lot.
I like that.
You know what I'm saying? He is a weapon like a motherfucker. I just don't know how to keep losing them games.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But that dude, I'll take him on any team. If I'm a fan of any team around us, whatever.
Nick Chubb reminds me. Now their running style is different, but he reminds me of Jason Taylor. Jason Taylor played with the Fred Taylor. Fred Taylor played with the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah.
He would always ball. He was a baller, but you just never knew because he played in fucking Jacksonville.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing with like Nick Chubb. Like you really don't realize how good this guy is because he plays in Cleveland. And then you hear more about Myles Garrett than you do about him. Or hear something at the Cleveland Browns and then more than you do about how good of a player he is. You know, even when Baker Mayfield was there, they wasn't necessarily talking about Nick Chubb was lumped into well, they have Chubb and they have this and they have that. It wasn't looked at the superstar like how they look at Derrick Henry, and that's how I think that's how that Cleveland organization should view Bradley Chubb, how Tennessee views Derrick Henry, because it's not that big of a difference in my opinion. From being, in my opinion, they're 1A and then you got 1B. You know, it's not that big of a
He said it
difference.
was B.
Yeah, I mean, it's
If they
just not.
used them the way they used
Yeah,
them.
if they use them the way they did. But then you also got Hunt there too, so
Exactly.
that's another
Yeah.
reason why.
It's a good old case of having too much of something.
I'm trying to tell you, that boy is talented.
Yeah, he's nice.
They just hoarding running backs over there, not doing shit with them.
Man, one thing they ain't hoarding is cornerbacks over there. But they are not hoarding cornerbacks, even though they do got one good cornerback I like. But Prime versus Prime, man, this might be my favorite segment out of the show. And if you guys don't know, today we're doing Darrell Green, former Hall of Fame cornerback of the Washington Redskins, against Tyreek Hill. Now, I kind of made up a scenario, y'all kind of follow along. It was basically what would happen if these two guys met up in their prime and then Tyreek Hill got 10 targets and all of them were go routes. So, let me break down the little stats for you. Tyreek Hill, 6-time Pro Bowler, 3-time All-Pro, a career 7,778 yards, 60 touchdowns, 1-time champ, has a 40 time of 4.29 seconds. The Cheetah. Darrell Green, check this out. Hall of Famer, 7-time Pro Bowl, 1-time All-Pro, 54 interceptions throughout his career, which is tied for 21st all time. Ran a 4.4 at the age of 50. Darrell Green. So, 10 reception, 10 targets, all go routes. Cheetah against Darrell Green. What's Cheetah numbers, B.I.?
Man, dog, I felt like it was a trick question. I told you that before. And here's the trick of the question. You didn't tell me who the quarterback was. So what I did was just come over my own quarterback. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, you got Tua. You got Tua, or you got Mahomes.
I picked Peyton Manning. That's what I picked. We in the fantasy league here. We got Darrell Green doing his thing. I picked Peyton Manning. Hey man, the quarterback was not in the question when I received it.
That's
message.
fine.
So I just started fantasizing about this, and I started thinking to myself how smart Peyton Manning is, and how smart Tyreek Hill is. That they I understand how fast Darrell Green is. I understand how good at covering he was. What I know is that offense beats defense. You know what I'm saying? So I'm automatically giving Tyreek Hill on that go route with Peyton Manning throwing that mother. I'm gonna say he gonna out of 10. I'm gonna say he catch at least 3 of them for a grand total. Like, if it was a different route tree, I would have had more yardage. But all go routes, I give him. I'm giving him over. I'm giving him about 300 something yards, at least 2 touchdowns.
Shit.
At least 300 something yards, 2 touchdowns.
Shit. Damn. Okay. Okay. What you think, Hendo?
Shit. If it's 10 routes,
10 go routes.
10 go
9
routes.
routes. 9.
shit, he gonna dap 80% of them.
Word?
About 70 or 80%. Speed, man, you know how hard it is for a man to sit here and break a 40-yard dash in front of you while you backpedal, and ain't no way in hell you stay in front of him. All you gonna do is give you a hop on a route and just hit it straight on you and be gone. Man, he dropped. I'll be reasonable, 70%, just in case they don't connect a few times.
So you get seven grabs?
Yeah, he getting 7 grabs, and they probably gonna go for touches because he ain't gonna catch them. Once he in the transition, he going. I mean, he a good chase down. He got a little height on him, but man, once he gone, man. Like I said, this man is splitting free safeties and safeties. I watched it. It was like the commentary said, "Oh my God, we don't see this a lot. Watch how he splits the defense." This man ran a straight line to the end zone. He ain't do nothing else. That's all he did is take off. I said, man, damn, I don't know who's gonna stand. This is trouble. Don't give him nobody else that can throw to him. And then they found somebody who can throw to him. So it's just a world of hurt. Yeah.
Who throwing to him?
Oh man, Brady. Shit, Brady letting that deep
Brady?
go. Yeah, man. Prime Brady though. Not this old mob. Prime Brady.
Okay.
He dropping them on them. He dropping them dimes.
Yeah, he was dropping dimes.
He dropping dimes.
I got
Randy made him look real good though too, because he can slow down and speed
Randy,
up.
Randy
and still
is
catch it
cold.
like
He was one of the famous.
Yeah. He made everything like it was a perfect pass.
Oh my
He just
God.
went right under it.
But I ain't gonna lie, he
He
had got a surplus of weapons throughout his little, longevity of playing with New England. So he always had something there. It was never. The only time I didn't really see something there is when he had that running back White, and then he had to use White, pass to White the whole time. Then he made White like one of the top receiving running backs in the league.
They was not winning, and I seen them. They was getting okay, and I knew they needed a running back. And then they went and got my man from Cincinnati, Corey Dillon. When they got
Out of the University of
Well, they had Blunt too. Don't forget when they had Blunt. They
that
made Blunt one of the top 5 running backs that year, and I was blown away. I was blown. I remember, dude.
He just know how to run the ball.
Yeah,
he knows how to run the ball.
he do. He not bad, but he had kind of took some, some dips and dives, we say, in his career, and just to see him rejuvenate that and also come up to one of the top, I'm like, okay, all right, shout out.
Oh man. Let's see. He said 70. I thought about this, man. I would say I would give him 4 grabs for about $178, probably 2 tugs. Somewhere around there, man. I actually,
Because once he grabbed it, I don't think he catching them. If they go routes, if he catch them, he gone.
But you also gotta understand, though, bro.
These ain't gonna be underthrown. These are throwing the
But you also gotta
dots.
you pick Mahomes. You pick.
I pick Payman.
You pick. Who you pick? Brady.
Brady, Prime
Give me
Brady.
Culpepper.
Ooh.
Give me Culpepper throwing to him. Give me Culpepper throwing to him. A lot of Culpepper throwing.
I see why you got the 2 catches now.
No,
No,
Culpepper.
only 2 because
That's what he said. It was a 3 I see now.
No, 4. I got
4.
4.
Okay, I can
They
see
got
that.
4 grabs, about $178, maybe. I say maybe 2 touchdowns, maybe. But Darryl Green was tough, man.
He was.
And then you gotta look at how physical. You know what I'm saying? You can play him physical. And then he was damn near, like I said, he ran a 4.4 at the age of 50.
Yeah.
At the age of 50. I mean, so back in the 80s, I mean, we don't really know how fast he was really running with the technology that we got today. So, I mean, I don't think it would be crazy that he, in his 20s, that he was running a 4.2 right there with Tyreek. He might not be as explosive.
You got to look at who else was running a 4.2 around that time that he had the guard, though.
Yeah, no, I mean, probably not many people.
Exactly.
Probably, I mean, but Willie Galt was up there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying they didn't have, like you said, they didn't have the technology to be accurate as we want to with it, but I doubt they were seeing type of those, because at that time, I don't even think those type of guys were even playing on offense a whole lot. They were probably playing defense, corners and stuff to guard them.
Could be.
You know, that's what I would say my speed at. You know what I'm saying? Thinking I would say this so you could shut down on defense. But,
Oh, shit.
yeah, like I said, that was mine. That was mine.
Thank you for the allergies, boy. Oh, shit. What's that time, B.I.?
Man, you already know what it is, man. Trade yourself.
Trade your motherfucking self, man. If you don't know what part of the segment is, man, it's a part of the segment where somebody they done fucked up and you want to know what. God damn it, bitch, you just need to trade yourself. You don't need to talk to me. You need to turn around and trade your motherfucking self. Brett Favre is a good example. He's always the number one mascot for trade yourself. But this week, B.I., who need to trade themselves, man?
Honorable mention to that one that I was thinking about that I forgot and still can't remember. It's gonna come back to me. But Jerry Jones. Jones, man. I don't know if y'all seen the picture of young Jerry Jones of his school being, what was that, desegregated. You know, when the black kids start going to the white kids' school, you know, they was throwing shit at him and all that type of shit. I ain't saying Jerry Jones threw shit or spit or what he said. It was just a picture with his bug ass eyes and shit looking at the motherfuckers. But but what I said was Jerry trying to sell me on the fact that he's not a racist. Or he's never been a racist. That's what he needs.
Wow.
Because there's no way he can get on camera right now and tell me, oh man, yeah, it was just a picture and I was just seeing what was going on. You knew goddamn well back then you was thinking, man, don't let these niggers in my school. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't never. You can't tell me you wasn't lumped up with them niggas thinking the same shit. Listening to your homeboy, your homegirls all say the same shit, man. These fucking niggers. You know what I'm saying? Like straight up, because that's what your mama was saying, your daddy was saying, your motherfucking mom and daddy told you before you went to school. The next day it was like, hey, there's gonna be some blackies running around and you're gonna, but fuck them, man. You know damn well. You know damn well his parents said something about some black ass kids. They got women that shit in the news and they was like, oh, it's gonna be black kids there tomorrow. It might be some garden or whatever the fuck. You know, God said it's gonna be black kids there. Jerry Jones, them parents said some bullshit. But nah, man, I was just thinking to myself, like, wouldn't a genius way to go about it would be to just deny remembering like anything. I would just be like, I'm old as shit. Like I don't remember that picture. I think I remember around the time when that happened or whatever. Oh, is that me? Is that me? Okay. I guess
Is that me?
You know what I'm saying? Like I would just deny the shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't remember. I would just say I'm old.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? He old as dirt.
Facts.
They actually wrong for bringing this shit up.
They really
to old ass man. You know what I'm
really
saying?
are, bro.
I would play it just like that shit too. Like, nah, man,
really
actually.
He said he's old as shit.
Yeah, I'm old as dirt, nigga. I don't remember no shit from back then.
Oh,
What you talking about, nigga? I hit the ass with Bill Belichick. We on the Cleveland.
Man, who need to trade themselves, Hendo?
Man, Ezekiel Elliott.
Wow.
Go ahead and just trade yourself, man.
Wow.
Man, I ain't gonna lie. After watching Pollard run for the Cowboys and then watching Zeke try to come back, you might as well just go ahead and scoot your ass up on out of here, dog. I ain't even trying to be mad at you, man. This ain't gonna be your fit no more. You a good dude, man, but hey, your time is coming past with the Cowboys. I'm sure you will rejuvenate lively with another team, but I don't think them boys gonna have you come back no more, man. Go ahead and just let that man go, man.
Damn.
Where you gonna go? Cleveland?
I mean, to be honest with you, there's going to be a handful of teams looking for a somewhat serviceable running back that can catch out the backfield, that can, possibly turn up. But he's going to have to rejuvenate a little bit of himself and recreate him a little bit too, because he hasn't been running the same. I don't know if he's fighting off an injury and just not saying nothing to the offseason or whatnot, but he hasn't just. This is not the way I'm used to watching him, and I'm kind of sad for the fella, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm used to watching him be more productive on the ground and receiving a little better, and I don't know if it's how Dak throwing it to him.
He's still good at pass blocking.
I mean, that's about it. But I'm sure there's going to be other teams that will need that service. I'm just saying, Cowboys might as well just go get them picks about that. You know what I'm saying? Just be smart. Go ahead, man. Pollard, there. He looked nice. Go ahead and get some picks. Go get you some better receivers.
Yeah.
Jerry
Not
Rice.
saying the receivers there is something wrong with them, but go ahead and get you some talent out there, man. Go get you some defensive pieces to complement Parsons. You know
He
what I'm
one of
saying?
Jerry's boys.
I mean, you say that, but shit, they took a long time to make that contract right.
When they paid him.
But they did. It was
No one pays a running back.
yeah, you right.
You don't pay a running back.
Yeah, that's true.
But long story short, I could really,
He didn't pay. He didn't
I could
pay.
really
One
see
dude
him
went to the
going
Eagles.
somewhere else and being a
And
little
they
bit more
dug him to the
serviceable,
ground.
though. You know what I'm saying? That's
After
how.
they ran him to the ground.
They
Yeah.
ran him to the ground, then they gave him to the Eagles, and he had like one good year. Then
Well, put it like this: imagine him with the Lions. That would be a missing piece.
I don't watch Lions games.
No,
Lions,
no,
Lions
but-
got two good running backs. So
Yeah, but they're not quite like Zeke. And the only thing I say that is because he blocks a little better and he can catch a little better out the backfield. He doesn't work in that system out there, but I think he would work in that system out there.
I don't think so. I think Zeke is old. I don't understand this notion of where people like.
I think he's still serviceable. I don't think he's as over. I just don't think.
I
that-
think he's
he's
serviceable
just
where he's
old.
at. I mean, let's be real. He's serviceable where Pollard is a better running back. Zeke had his time. You got paid. Now you're a locker room guy. We're going to put you in there when we need max protection. Hey, it is what it is. Pollard, I mean, he's serviceable where he's at. Now, if I'm Zeke, what I would do is if I really want to win a ring, I would talk to Jerry about restructuring my contract. I don't know why more guys don't do this. And send me the Bobby Bonilla route. Bobby Bonilla was getting paid up until he was what?
That shit
Down
just
there 50,
stopped.
It just stopped.
That shit just
When they
stopped.
was paying him like
$1 million a year.
1 point something million every year
Yeah.
after he retired.
Yeah.
So that's just setting himself up to make sure, hey, if I do jag my money, at least I know I got this 1 point something coming once a
Every
year
year,
for the next 15, 17 years or whatever. And that's why I don't understand why more players don't do that, especially in football. I'm pretty sure they wouldn't have no problem doing that. But I mean, I feel like he's serviceable where he's at, man. But trade yourself, man. The whole motherfucking offensive staff for the Denver Broncos.
Oh shit!
The entire offensive staff. And I don't want to see y'all get fired. I just want to see y'all
Leave.
No, I don't want to see y'all leave, man. I just want to see y'all.
You gotta go.
I want to see y'all get hired at like EA Sports or something. Somewhere I think where y'all will be really like good at, like making plays for like EA Sports, making plays, like making,
Just drawing up goofy shit.
yeah, just drawing up goofy shit. Goofy ass package will be the name of it.
Nah, fuck that too. I ain't picking their playbook.
But yeah, man, that offensive, I don't know what they're doing over there in Denver. Defense is great. Defense is phenomenal. I don't know what they've done to Russell Wilson. He's been phenomenal everywhere he's been. High school, baseball, when he was with NC State, when he came to Wisconsin, when he goes to Seattle, then all of a sudden you go to Denver and now you look like, I'm not gonna say Zach Wilson, I mean, but like you're looked at in the same breath of a guy like Baker Mayfield. Man.
But do you think he was that good with Seattle the last 2 years?
Yeah, cause he was still, they were still winning. They were still winning.
They were.
And he was still putting up numbers, which is why me myself, I picked Denver to win that division, cause I look like you get Russell Wilson, I figured you had a decent run game, you got a great defense, you got Russell Wilson with his magic in the fourth quarter. Hey, this should be a good season for them. It hasn't worked out like that. I personally
Came down to coaching a little bit though.
I think a lot of it is coaching.
He was waiting on some magic to
Man,
win a football game.
yeah, man.
Something to happen. He was waiting on
Patrick
something.
Mahomes does it in the fourth quarter. Russell Wilson. We've seen Russell Wilson do it in the fourth quarter.
They also have better coaches and better talent.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. But, I mean,
I
hey.
seen that shit coming. I'm sorry. I picked them to come last in their division before this shit started. It was easy to see. It's Patrick Mahomes. You got Herbert coming in, you know what I'm saying, either second or third. Some motherfuckers like dude from the Raiders more.
Then
You know what
Burrow.
I'm saying? No, they ain't the same. They ain't the same division.
I just saw something about
just
trading
San
him.
Diego, Denver,
Oh, yeah,
Kansas
yeah.
City, and motherfucking Denver.
Yeah. So they were talking about that was gonna be the toughest division ever.
Yeah. I'm missing somebody out that division.
Was it Nevada?
Yeah, LA. Yeah, Nevada. He said
Yeah.
that shit. Yeah, the Raiders.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? It was easy to see, like, the Raiders and them dudes going to be fighting for the last spot. I thought San Diego would be, you know what I'm saying, a little bit high up on the list, but
They
They
always
showed
have talent, but this thing can never win.
yeah,
I've always said that.
You said that, yeah.
I always said that. I always said that.
Because if you
I hate
play like
hearing you
oh
say
man,
that
this
shit
is like
too.
they always got a whip.
Them and the Vikings.
Facts.
It's them two. They actually like the same motherfucking team. The AFC and the NFC merge each other. They always have
really
a
are.
butt
They
ton
really
of
are the same goddamn team out
nigga. They
really
always
are.
have all the
They
talent.
really do.
All the talent.
They
there.
really
They never
are.
going to lose.
Even if you look at coaching, like they don't really have like bad. Well, coaching right now, I don't know how good their coach is right now.
Studs on defense, studs on offense.
They still going to lose.
LaDainian, AP, and you know Antonio Gates, Hutchinson now. Like they always got somebody like the match for it.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Yeah, I don't know. But hey, old heads, man. Episode 28. It's a wrap, man. Thank y'all for checking us out today, man. We got to get some shouts out. We need y'all to go download that app, man. Bump that radio, man. Download Bump That Radio app, man. If you don't got it, man, trying to bring radio back like how it used to be. Also, excuse me, if you're in the La Crosse, Wisconsin area tonight, man, please go get you something to eat from downtown La Crosse. Downtown Press Break, late night press break, downtown La Crosse. They got great Chicago food, man. They got Chicago dog, the cheesy beef nachos, all that good stuff. Press break downtown La Crosse, Wisconsin. Excuse me. Sorry about that, y'all. Also, gotta give a big shout out, man, to my boy Focus, a breath of fresh, man. If you're in the La Crosse, Wisconsin area, you're looking for some dope exclusive clothes, Supreme, Nike, all that good stuff. Check out my boy Focus, a breath of fresh on the south side of La Crosse, Wisconsin. Also, he does sneaker restoration and some of the most exclusive sneakers in La Crosse. Check out my boy Focus, man, breath of fresh. I'm your co-host, Omar, a.k.a. O'Milly, a.k.a. Mr. Rello. If you know, you know. Old Heads, episode 28, man. It's just a blessing, man, to be here. We're going to be here same time next week. Saturday nights, man, we bringing it to y'all. Also, next Sunday, our old school versus new school basketball game. Yeah, buddy. It's going to be fun. It's our Winter Classic, man. It's our second one. And if y'all interested, man, go on the page. Go on the page. You can DM me. I actually have all the information on the page. We're asking for a $5 entry fee. It's anybody that's 25 and over, that's our old heads. Anybody 22 and younger, that's our new school. Last time old heads lost by 1. So hey, if you think you got some game out there, man, you're an old head, man, hit me up, man. Help us out, man. We can't lose back to back, man. The young fellas was talking plenty of shit. So man, but check us out this next Sunday. December 4th at 3 p.m. We're going to be over at if you're in La Crosse, Wisconsin area, going to be at the BGC on the north side, Terry Erickson BGC. Come on in, man. Pay that $5, man. Come watch a good basketball game, man. Good fun for the community, man. Good family time, man. Yeah, check us out, man. Old heads. And let these brothers exit they self.
The boy Bills, man.
Yes, sir.
French loaf, nigga, we out.
French loaf.
All the real OGs,
It's,
we out.
it's better than Maple Jordan. There you go, my nigga.